All right, this is your security rack here. This is where all of your surveillance and access and all your elevators all hook back up to. So any black patch cable that you see is an access control device. That is a bio reader, something of that nature. Any gray patch cable you see is a camera. Any blue patch cable you see is a network. In this case, these 3 blue patch cables are what uplink your elevators. So that's what's sending all the data up to the elevator machine room.
So then if we have 35 cameras, how come we only have?
Because that's just what's fed from this closet.
Got it.
So
does this feed downstairs?
Yes, over fiber optic down to, it feeds over to the low-rise level 2 closet. And then from the low-rise level 2 closet goes over to the basement level in the tower. So these guys right here with all the green lights on the front, these are your lock power supplies. So if you come in and the doors aren't locking, if one door's not locking, it's not this. If all doors aren't locking in a certain area, it's probably this guy.
Okay.
So everything in these racks is backed up. It's all on a UPS. So if something happens, nothing's gonna completely drop out. So okay. I think we have 30 minutes of backup is what we calculated it at. So you shouldn't, because we're also on emergency power. So this is really just to handle that microsecond of a flashover. So.
Okay. So each 4 of these goes to one of those boxes?
Nope, I'll open it up and show you here.
Okay.
So what we have here is these are your secure IOs, these blue devices here. What these do is they connect to the reader. These are the devices that I know we spoke about before. Is basically they connect via communication, RS-485 serial communication to the reader. And this handles all of the actual relay, the locking and unlocking of a door.
So each one of these is on its own door?
Correct.
Each one
Yeah.
handles one door.
Each door on the property has one of these guys attached to it. So what you have here is your lock relay. If it's a fail-safe lock, it's wired normally closed. If it's a fail-secure lock, it's wired normally open. It's just a matter of when you send voltage. Do you send voltage to unlock it, or do you send voltage to lock it, kind of a thing. So all of your power for these guys is fed down here. All of your elevator relay power is fed to right here. So this powers all of your elevator relay boards. This is taped closed. This powers all of these boards here. So if you come in, these boards are off, check this power supply.
What does these two come back to this?
All of your locks. So what you have here is the negative off of the lock power supply is straight to the lock cable, and we're breaking the positive link. So now your field cable, so you have the positive from this power supply going into here, and the negative goes directly to the field cable. And then that positive from the field cable goes to the normally closed or normally open side of that relay.
So essentially, these 4 are just for the 4 doors in the playhouse.
Yep. So there's 3 locations in the building. We've got this one, we've got the B2 comm room, and we've got level 2 in the low rise. So in each one, they're all set up a little bit different because the door counts are different, you know, and you've got tele-entries out of the other 2 and all that good stuff. So, but this is the brains of everything. It's all connected to, this is all connected to downstairs via fiber optic cable.
Okay, so you said, so this goes from here to number 2.
Low rise, level 2, yes,
all
sir.
on fiber optic.
Yep.
And there's a patch panel from there to back over?
It goes back over to the basement to
On
feed
fiber, or?
on fiber. Yes.
So there's no Cat 6?
We have Cat 6 as a. Ready? Mm-hmm. This is your audio video rack. You're gonna see you're basically gonna see a version of this setup in every room that we go to. You've got a security rack, you've got an audio video rack. So in this case here's your amplifier down at the bottom. That's what's powering all your speakers. In just a minute, I'll show you how to turn those down to limit volume. So if you find out that our max volume is 2 max, you'll be able to turn that down. So these are all linked. The security and the audio video are all on the same network.
Okay.
So they're all good to go. This is your controller. This is the brains that controls that touch panel. This is a RTI XP8S. These are all your cable boxes. This is left TV, right TV, patio TV.
Okay. Is this spare?
Yes.
Excellent.
So then you have, these are all your Sonos controllers. All those lights should be on, good to go. It's a pretty simple setup.
So now the Sonos that's in the penthouse is up here.
Those are all on their own Sonos system. When the residents moved in,
they'll start that account.
Yes. Well, they'll set that up to their Sonos controller on their computer, their tablet, whatever it is. But the reason we can't set them up now is because there's no internet in those units. So unless you guys want to start paying for internet right now, we're kind of hosed. So
no, not a problem.
So, but it's a really simple process. All the links, I'll send you a link to our other company's website. And you can provide it to your residents. It's got all the manuals, all the training documentation, all the training videos on those Sonos devices. So.
Okay.
And if they ever want to add more, they can just buy them from us. We give your residents a discount. So.
Okay. And basically from here we can control the master volume.
Yes, the master volume. I'm going to turn this.
Well, no, I was talking about on the Sonos.
Master volume, yeah, you can turn that down.
Okay.
But you can also turn it back up, because all I'm doing is on those volume buttons on the touch panel is I'm hitting that button in theory.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
So now, why are there 3 up here? Are there 3 sections up here?
What you have is we have because we're using this to also switch to the TV audio. So you've got the TV audio, your left TV goes into here, right TV into here, and terrace TV into here. So that's all this one is for. It's not playing any music because it's not on its own zone.
Got it.
But that's what we do.
So when you're in there and you press listen to right TV.
This is taking the input off the cable box into here, out to the amplifier.
Got it. Okay.
You can go to stop, Chris. Right here at the amp, if you ever find that our max volume is too max or too much, these little guys right here, the attenuation, turn those down.
All 4 of them, or just the?
Just whatever zone you want. So you've got, this is terrace, or this is the clubroom, this is the terrace. So if you turn these 2 down for the terrace, you're set.
Okay.
Because basically it's left and right, so you need to turn both of them down to make it happen.
So I think there's more than 2 speakers out on the terrace, so like 2 of them.
There's 4.
Okay, so 2
they're all daisy chained together. So, but we bridged this amp, right? So we bridged it. So there's a left and a right, but we bridged it.
Okay.
So
do you still need to turn down both knobs then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you do, because I've got left and right going into each one, so you'll need to turn down both knobs.
Okay.
All right, this is the B2 comm room. Again, we've got a security rack and an audio video rack. You'll notice that this audio video rack here is much larger. We're doing a lot more with it. Right? Okay, again, security, AV, a little bit smaller scale because we're only handling the one room. Same thing, you've got your patch cables, you've got your network, you've got your 16 port power supply. You'll notice the lights are off, which on the 16 port is a good thing, not a bad thing. Extra plugs, won't need them, and because I've got stuff plugged into the back side of that, so that's why those are there. You've got your UPS, and then this one's a little bit harder because they don't give us much room. Chris, you can go ahead and go back there.
Same thing though.
Same thing. Same thing. All the amp is right down here. We'll show you that in a second. These are all the blue relay boards. So it handles everything. Yep. Your power supply for all of those relay boards is right over there.
Are any of the relay doors or boards labeled?
Yeah, they're labeled by the door number.
Got it.
So if you look at the plans, you'll see the door number. Okay, so now this is where we're gonna change when we actually get this heating and cooling done in here. So you've got your router up top there. You've got your modem right there. Those 2 devices are way overheating. So we're gonna have to redo all that once we get cooling, and actually put it back into here. The only reason they're setting on top of a power supply right now is because if I put them in there, they'll explode. So again, with your telephone entry panels, those are labeled. If you need to reset them, flip the switch off, flip it back on. You're good to go.
Okay.
And then
24 or 12 volt?
These are actually all of your devices over here. We're running everything on all of your locks, all of your secure IOs are all 12 volts DC. Your panels downstairs at the panel themselves, they're actually 12 volt DC. But to get the juice there, these are 24 volt AC. They go down to a converter inside the tele-entry panel and then converts to DC from there. Because basically what it is those tele-entry panels, they draw like it's like a 9 amp load. You can't really run 9 amps off of, 14.2. So we needed to up that. So the only way to up it was to run AC to the box and then convert it to DC and then have all the amps we needed right down there. So, because that way you're not traveling, 160 feet, and so you're not having that draw and a length. The draw is literally like a 6 foot or probably a 2 foot width. So.
Okay.
Same thing, amp is at the bottom, but these controls are on the front for you.
Excellent.
So this one's a little bit easier.
And 2 fitness TVs and a spare.
Yep.
No programming needs to be done. If one of them dies out, just throw the next one on there.
Just throw the next one on there, plug in the HDMI, and you're good to go.
Perfect.
So we try to leave, the reason why we don't have the power command on those is because they do updates. So I'd rather have them do their update at night when nobody's watching them versus somebody goes and turns it on to watch TV. Oh, please wait while we update your cable.